But Queen, hey, Queen, hey, Queen, hey, Queen, hey. When I reach Iboland, they calling me Odogu.
Ogu.
I see this fine girl coming through.
She said she don't want disturbance.
Hey, hey.
And something you go see disturbance.
Hey, hey. See what?
See all this, so that no.
Okay.
Ole, oh, that's a whole nother song.
You know I love you, girl. With my heart and soul. You mean everything to my heart, yeah. Everything to my soul.
Welcome to our channel.
I'm Joyce.
I'm Jesse.
And we're back with another
video.
So don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, hit the little bell notification button
Bing.
so that you can be notified whenever we
post.
Today we're going to get into
growing up in Nigeria versus growing up in America. So how was it like growing up here in America? You know, I wasn't born in America, so I have a different orientation and different background about growing up, you know, so I mean,
so I was born in the 90s, so the 90s was kind of new to people.
Man, you're old, man. You're like my ancestor.
You is the ancestor because you was in the 80s. But anywho,
And my forefathers.
you my foredadas.
You said foredadas.
You my dandada.
Dandada. Okay.
No, but it was different. It was like hip hop was just coming in. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it was like it wasn't like the 80s with the crack epidemic. But you know, it was still there. You know, a lot of welfare was booming. People had a lot of kids. Most people had like 5+ kids. Yeah, in the 90s. No, it's 8 football, but wait,
no,
8 or 9.
5+.
Yeah.
So like people get football.
Yeah,
too,
so that was a thing. But it was pretty, well, for me it was pretty smooth, I can say. It was nice growing up. It was like you can be a kid unlike the kids nowadays, you know.
Yeah.
It was okay to laugh. It was okay to be silly. It was okay not to know. It was okay not to know grown-up stuff. I think that's what I miss most about being a kid. Like, I ain't know nothing about nothing until I got grown up. I'm like, oh, this what Auntie and them was doing, or oh, this what my mama, you know, oh, this what they was talking about. As a kid, we didn't know that. Now them kids, the kids nowadays, baby, they know before you know, and you know.
And I can tell that you're probably very naughty, right? You got a lot of whooping.
No,
No, whooping. Why is it because in America you're not allowed to whoop kids? Or
baby, in the 90s, them people was in the store whooping kids. That ain't this. That
how
was.
did you escape
That's
that?
the 2000 stuff. No, cause I wasn't a bad kid. I just had a smart mouth. I wasn't getting
Yeah,
in
smart
trouble.
mouth has been. Yeah, your smart mouth should have put you in a lot of troubles. That would have gotten you a lot of whooping. So how come you never got whooped?
No, I ain't saying never get whooped. I got a couple, but it wasn't like, oh, I got beatings. Like no, like. No, I was a super bookworm, to be honest.
But growing up as a kid, it was fun too. Like you said, you know, we had my mom was strict, and we're talking about Africa where you can whoop your kid.
That stop saying. Listen, can you understand? And all that can't whoop stuff just happened within like 2005 on up. Anything else you get whooping. So don't say unlike America. In America, kids in the 90s and definitely the 80s was getting their butts whipped.
Yeah, but that has changed now, right?
Right. So don't
But
say that.
wait. In Africa, in Nigeria, it's still the same. You can still get your butt whooped.
No,
right
but
now.
if you beat them like how they are, like how they used to, child services will get your child.
So growing up as a kid, man, I got a lot of whooping. Whoo!
Whooping.
Oh, you know what I call agent of change? That's what made me the responsible man I am today. That this small girl here, no sorry, this my ancestor here is privileged to have. Those agents of change, that's what my mom used to change me and put me in shape. Now there were 3 major agents of change. One, this is one agent of change she used. 2, this is another agent of change she used. And this, no, how do you do that? Yeah, this is another agent of change.
The agent of all agents. I'm sorry you got beatings.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I got beaten. And then when
that's why you like the abuse. Child abuse, but you like the abuse. Then maybe that's why.
Then my mom would be whooping us with whatever it is she's using. If you successfully take it from her, she'll switch. She'll switch up on you, man. Okay, you want to beat me now, eh? Bish, boo, boo, man. But today, man, all of that, when I look back, I'll be like, man, that really made me, make better decisions for myself, Because, your mama, your papa won't always be there with you, And it's the training they've given you growing up that really helps you make independent decisions on your own. And so those agents of change, they did good. So what would you say about going to school here in America? How was it like growing up,
So I went to 2 types of schools, right? So the first school was like strictly white people and I was the only black kid, right?
How was the experience?
It was weird. I got bullied because I was the only black girl.
I experienced it once. No?
Yeah, I was the only black girl, so I got bullied a lot.
The only black girl in the old school?
Mm-hmm. They used to say, oh my goodness. Oh, I cannot remember. But it was something like, you ain't my friend, get out my face or something like that. And then I went to a black school.
Wait, how did you deal with the bully situation then in school? Because I've always wondered, like, if I had schooled here, I'm sure I probably would have faced that. So, that wasn't the thing I experienced back home. I'm not saying there are no bullies there, There are also bullies there, but maybe not racial bullies, But for you that you were being bullied for being black, how did you deal with that?
I just ignored them. I was a super bookworm, so I'm always in the book. You don't want to be my friend? That's cool. I didn't cry about it. I didn't. When you said it's a saying, oh my goodness, what does that say? It's something like get out my face because you're not my friend or something like that.
But they tell you that?
Yeah. So she told me that one time. It was her and it was 4 other girls. They were like popular. It was like a little small school. They were like popular. Everybody was known for them, but they were known for good things. But I wanted to be their friends and they just shutting me off like shoe. No, shoe fly don't bother me. They used to tell me that. But then I went to a black school. Talking about hood, I didn't get bullied or nothing. I did, but I didn't get bullied by girls. I got bullied by boys in my classroom because I was the tallest one.
I was just gonna say that. Probably because of your height.
I was super skinny and I was tall. And there's one guy I never forget his name, Tremaine. I'm gonna put it out there. Tremaine bullied me so. He's the only person that I ever stood up to. It was the end of the school year. He bullied me from the first day to the last day. And I just stood in his face and he was just talking crap. And I said, you know what? I'm going to beat your MFN. Start going off and doing this.
Okay.
And he was like, I'm going to get my sisters who in high school. We only in like 6th grade at this point.
Bro.
Right. But I'm like, go get him. You ain't going to bully me. Da-da-da. And he ain't messing with me no more. Like high school, you was on your own for real. Like I caught the bus to school. My school was like on a city bus about an hour away. I caught it every day by myself.
1 hour?
1 hour away.
And you go alone?
Go alone. I used to have to get up at like 6, leave out at like 6:30. I had to walk literally 10 blocks to the bus stop.
10 blocks?
10 blocks to the bus stop.
And another 1 hour drive.
Yep. And then I got on the bus to the train, then a train to another bus, then the other bus to the school.
Oh.
Yeah.
Talking about bullying, man, would I call this bullying? It probably is, but this was in college though. I mean, you can imagine.
You got bullied at college.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I should call it bullying because
college is supposed to be smooth. Like, who bullies somebody in college?
wait, let me even explain the situation and then we'll see if we can call it bullying. But what happened was, it was about a girl. There's a girl in the picture. So this girl was she was a fresher in school, right? I mean, for some reason we got talking and started dating after a while. But before we got talking, there's this guy in school that's been trying to talk to her, and she's been ignoring the guy for the longest, you know. And the guy discovered I'm in the picture now, you know, dating her. This guy
Took too long.
yeah. This guy actually has informants in my department. We were in the same department, myself and the girl. So one day I walked her to our hostel on campus. And on my way back to my hostel, or to the studio, you know, to my art studio, about 4 guys blocked me. And it was at night. You know, they just blocked me, came in front of me.
Were you scared?
I was scared. Oh. I've only been seeing that in Hollywood. I saw it happening in real life. In my head, I'm like, where's the director? Where's the camera? Where are the crew? Because I didn't even know what to do. I mean, I can't fight. How do you fight? I used to do it's just for fun, man. It's not real action. All my feathers dropped. You know when you pour water on a rat? That was how it looked, man. I was just there like this. The guy was pushing me on the chest. I was like, you, leave my girl alone. I was just following his hand like that. You know? I didn't say one thing back to them because I don't want to say something that would, you know, escalate the situation. And it was dark, you know, it was at a very strategic spot they came. You know, I just wanted to get out of that situation. Okay, if that makes sense. So, would you call that bullying? You see?
No.
Yeah,
you just
that's
got
why.
checked. I think bullying is something like you do more than once. You just got checked at one time. Did you leave her alone after that?
No, I didn't. But this is what
Did
happened,
it happen
right?
again?
No, it didn't happen again. That's because she left. Because
The
it wasn't. No, she left me. It wasn't only threatening me, it was also threatening her. Exactly. Actually, the guy was a cultist in school.
Oh shit. Oh.
So that was also why I didn't do nothing at that point in time, because who do I know in school? After that day, I never walked in the school premises alone. My favorite part of growing up, even though I know my mom might be watching this, is anytime my mom is not at home.
She gonna beat you when she see you.
You know,
keep it to yourself.
No, but for real, because, you know, whenever she's at home, there's always something to do. She doesn't want to see you sitting idle, you know. She would always give you something to do every time. So, whenever she's not at home, it's freedom, you know. We have the time to do whatever we want to do. Oh, another thing I liked about growing up. Ooh,
When you gonna finish the first story?
Which one?
About that was just a story that you have freedom when she leaves.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nothing beats that freedom. And part of that freedom is this situation I'm about to explain. Because we go out to we call it compound. You don't have compounds here. It's a fenced apartment, you know, so to speak. So we call that a compound, you know. So it's a fenced building, you know. I think it's 6 flats there. We lived in one of the flats. So sometimes when the gate is open, you know, some goats or chicken would run into the compound, like I said. Then we would sneak and close the gate and start chasing the goat and chicken around the compound with a stone. Foo, foo. We've killed so many chickens. I'm telling you, man, just with a stone, the thing will eat the chicken head and the chicken will go like this on the floor. Man, all that was just so fun. We're just living life freely, you know, but then we grew up and we're like, oh man, being grown up is a setup, man. Why didn't we stay a kid, man? Just
when they were saying stay a kid as long as you can, we didn't listen. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that little bell notification button.
Bang.
So that you can be notified whenever we
post it.
And that's a
Right.